Good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to our webinar and introduction to TecSurge. My name is Mark Albani. I'm the Marketing Director of TecSurge and be your host of the day. Allow me to introduce your presenters of the day, Mr. Anton Schreibmüller, President and CEO of TecSurge, and Mr. Patrick McKinley, Principal Consultant of TecSurge. A few notes before we jump into the webinar. This session is going to be recorded and will be made available to you after the session. Your lines currently are muted in order to avoid background noise. The webinar we expect to take around 40 minutes before we start a question and answer session. On your screen you should see a panel for questions, so if you would like to participate or interact with the presenters, please enter your questions there. We will answer them at the end of the session. As the webinar progresses, there will be 5 quick polls for which we would like to get your input on and your contribution. And once I close the webinar in about 40-45 minutes, there's going to be a brief survey of around 10 questions for which I would appreciate your input as well. So with this, I would like to hand over to Anton to take us through the agenda and our first overview. Anton?
Okay, Mark, thanks very much. I want to give you a brief overview about the corporation. Who is TecSurge? Why a new brand? TecSurge vision, values and attributes of the company, our key management, and the corporate roadmap. First of all, who is TecSurge? In May 2015, the CXpert Services division spun off as TecSurge Private Limited. The new business remains located and headquartered in Singapore. Previously, as a part of CXperts, are known for excellence in services and solutions, quality, reliability, and working in a true partnership with our clients remains at the heart of what we do. We are an independent expert team providing a unique 24/7 worldwide service to efficiently apply, manage, support complex software applications for engineering, procurement, construction, and owner-operator companies. Why actually a new brand? CXperts developed primarily software products, that's what the name stands for, since 13 years, that simplify work processes for their clients. In addition to that, CXpert Services offer professional services, which TecSurge is continuing, but TecSurge adds a wide range of managed services for engineering software to its portfolio. TecSurge delivers increased value to his clients through 3 core offerings. First off, it's TecSurge OnDemand, it's TecSurge Academy, and also TecSurge Service. The growing professionalism in the industry and rapidly improving technologies such as public cloud computing open new opportunities to address traditional challenges. Meeting these organizational challenges of our growth and new business offerings, that are all reasons to come up with a new brand name. Our vision is we want to be the leader in managed service by delivering complex engineering software applications that are ready for use and enable our clients to maximize the return of investment. Our way of working is that we are committed to providing an unrivaled customer experience and to being the most responsive, trusted, time-efficient and cost-effective business partner to our clients. In other words, TecSurge is passionate about making the use of complex engineering software easy. Our values: we are reliable, we provide services, solutions that are fit for purpose but also fit for use. We are responsive, we communicate in a transparent and timely way 24/7. We are flexible to provide customized solutions to our clients' business. And easy to do business with. We are straightforward, what you easily can experience by yourself. Our attributes: we are having a global presence, we reach out worldwide, we are independent, so we always can come up with objectively offer to the best solutions to our clients. On the risk mitigation side, we facilitate risk mitigation by project delivery and management, and we are always on time to deliver on schedule. Here is our key management on the bottom line. That's the three gentlemen which have been introduced to you before. On top of that, we have the key management, Karim Nguyen. She is our training services manager. Felicia Ko, she is accountable for senior project management and project delivery. And last but not least, our global sales manager, Rangan Jayakrishnan, JK, who would be very pleased to get in contact with you. A little corporate roadmap. In the moment, we are busy on setting up and opening a service center in the Philippines. We then want to activate our TecSurge service desk. We want to expand our project services, broadening our product portfolio. That's all this year. And early next year, we want to introduce the 24/7 service desk, adding multilingual skills to the service desk, and also continually broadening our product portfolio. So that's the end of my corporate overview. Now I want to hand over to Pat McKinley, who want to give you an overview on the very comprehensive service offering what we have in TecSurge.
Thank you, Anton. Patrick, you should have control of the presentation. Please go ahead.
Thanks, Anton and Mark. At this point, I'd like to introduce our service offerings, TecSurge OnDemand, Academy and Service. OnDemand and Academy are newly launched offerings from TecSurge, as Anton explained earlier, while TecSurge Service continues the tradition of high quality and cost-effective professional services delivery formed during our time as part of CA Experts. So firstly on the agenda, I'd like to talk about TecSurge OnDemand, our managed services offering. I think it's initially important to identify and understand some of the broader trends in the market that have an impact on the delivery and use of technology in our industry. The key drivers that we recognize are listed here and have led to the creation of our new TecSurge OnDemand offering, which is intended to address many of these and ultimately make it easier for you. Among these trends are of course the increasing complexity of the engineering systems and software and the ever-increasing scale and scope of projects. Of course, cost and schedule pressure are ever present, but with today's low oil price and other macroeconomic factors, these pressures are having even greater impact on business. In addition, we believe the rise of new technologies such as cloud computing and software as a service offer great opportunities to businesses that are able to capture their benefits. However, many internal IT organizations struggle with day-to-day firefighting and find it difficult to leverage these new technologies. Based on a review of these drivers and the general trend towards managed service provision in the broader IT industry, we've launched TecSurge OnDemand as the first managed service provider for engineering software in the market. In simple terms, OnDemand allows you to transfer responsibility for the support and administration of your engineering technology to TecSurge's team of experts dedicated to excellence in this area. This in turn provides you with vastly improved flexibility and scalability and frees you to focus on using your applications to produce business value rather than being distracted by unproductive system administration activities. I'll close this slide just by mentioning that we see ourselves fitting in as augmenting existing engineering support teams or substituting for permanent staff in cases where they're not available or don't possess the skills that you need. Some examples of the types of support and administration activities we can provide are listed here, but in simple terms, anything that you would traditionally ask your engineering software specialist staff to perform can be assigned to TecSurge OnDemand for fulfillment. We can take ownership of everything from ensuring your data is backed up and consistent to providing quick responses to day-to-day application requests from your end users. So of course, user support such as level 1, 2 and 3 support and incident management, problem management, and access to a quality knowledge base are all aspects of the user support element of the managed service offering. And then there are a range of system administration and application administration tasks that we can perform on your behalf, including things like project setup and archival, user rights management, bulk data operations or modifications, as well as the usual integrity operations of backup, data restoration and recovery, and so forth. The biggest benefits of the TecSurge OnDemand offering are in being able to easily and quickly scale the service up and down to match your workload. Traditionally, recruiting and retaining experienced system administration and expert users for engineering applications is a very time-consuming and expensive activity, and TecSurge OnDemand provides an ideal solution as a specialist managed service provider. Whether you want to augment your existing team or substitute for expertise that you can't easily retain internally, we can offer you the flexibility, scalability and reliability that you're looking for. Many of you will be familiar with general IT managed service providers, with some of the big industry names being companies such as IBM, Hewlett-Packard and CSC. Of course, these companies excel in providing standard IT services in a range of areas, but they share one common limitation in our industry, and that's a lack of expertise and experience with the very specialized engineering systems required to run your business, such as those provided by Intergraph, Aviva, Bentley and Autodesk and others. Traditionally, this has meant that you must still retain a group of highly skilled and dedicated individuals to meet your demands for these applications, which moves your business in the opposite direction to the aspirations of the desired MSP approach. TecSurge OnDemand provides a solution to this problem and allows you to offer first-class support for your engineering systems in collaboration with your in-house or external IT service providers. The following diagram gives an illustration of how this might work in practice. End users such as engineers, designers, drafters and so on can raise a request directly with IT or to your IT MSP for general IT issues such as a phone that's not working or a request to provision a new desktop PC. When it comes to the engineering software they use, TecSurge OnDemand applies the same familiar pattern in order to resolve these specialist issues. Of course, depending on the request, there may be a requirement to interact with both your IT or IT MSP and the application vendors themselves, and TecSurge is well positioned to ensure your request is resolved to your satisfaction by collaborating with those organizations as required. We know that some requests are more important than others, and we've made it possible for you to assign the criticality or the urgency of a request up front to ensure that you get the response you need. For requests deemed to be critical, we'll ensure that you're contacted by the most senior solution engineer available within a 1-hour time frame, as specified in the associated service level agreement. Of course, lower priority requests will follow a standard triage, response and escalation process until resolved. In addition to the priority of your request, we'll assign it to one of 3 categories depending on its specifics. A standard retainer will cover what we refer to as a basic service, ensuring the ticket is raised, logged properly, important details captured, and where appropriate, any well-known or predefined solutions have been considered. If the issue can't be resolved within 15 minutes, the request will be designated as a standard service, allowing up to 2 hours of effort to be expended for resolution. If the solution engineer working on the standard service realizes that the issue requires more than 2 hours to resolve, it will be designated as an enhanced service. In this case, the engineer will prepare a time and cost estimate for your approval. Upon approval, service delivery resources will be mobilized as required to complete the request, and you'll be invoiced based on the approved estimate. A general look at the roadmap for TecSurge OnDemand sees our service desk becoming available for customer use in this quarter, and completion and launch of the service catalog a little bit later towards the end of this year. The service catalog is a self-service method for obtaining or gaining access to standardized and packaged services, including those professional services that we have offered in the past. And finally, early next year, we expect to move to a 24/7 business operation, allowing us to support customers from any location around the globe. Okay.
Patrick?
Thanks again, Mark. I want to talk now about one of the most exciting areas in IT that's emerged over the last decade, and that relates to the emergence of the public cloud or public hosting. So in conjunction with that, we've tested several engineering applications running completely within an Amazon Web Services environment. There are many benefits to this approach, not the least of which is the scalability on offer, the minimum upfront capital investment required, and the improved options for remote personnel to access and collaborate on projects. So based on our experience with deploying engineering technology into the Amazon Web Services public cloud environment, we can help you in two different ways. Firstly, one approach is for us to supply consulting services, our experience and knowledge in the form of consulting, to help you to define and deploy your own cloud environment. Or alternatively, we can completely manage the infrastructure and the applications on your behalf. At this moment in time, we can offer hosting for SmartPlant P&ID, SPI, SmartPlant Electrical, SmartPlant Materials and SPRD, and SPF. We've also had very promising results with the deployment of Smart 3D and expect to be able to offer this in the near future. Again, a quick look at the roadmap for the TecSurge hosting component. And I should also point out the hosting is an optional component. It is not mandatory alongside TecSurge OnDemand. We recognize that customers may choose to use their own infrastructure, co-located or private data centers, public cloud, or even the SmartPlant cloud. And our on-demand offering is able to be applied to any of those circumstances. So the hosting roadmap, we expect to incorporate the service desk and service catalog elements into our service desk within this quarter. We expect to be able to offer a hosted Smart 3D solution towards the end of this year, and from next year onward we will continue to automate the infrastructure provisioning and orchestration elements, as well as additional engineering applications, hosting additional engineering applications in the cloud. Thanks, Mark. Yes, I want to now talk about the second new offering from TecSurge, which is the TecSurge Academy. With the Academy, we aim to improve your access to quality and focused training material and remove some of the bottlenecks inherent in the traditional classroom-based approach. By hosting all of our training material in an online learning management system, we can provide access to your users from any location with an internet connection at any time that's convenient to them, eliminating the interruptions to classroom training often caused by urgent business issues. The content is also accessible on a variety of devices, including mobile devices, desktop PCs, laptops, and so forth. The e-learning content that we prepare and offer through our online learning management system is not simply a set of videos that a user must passively consume, but it includes a lot of interactive elements helping to engage the user and ensure improved retention and better outcomes. All units of the training will incorporate a variety of interactive quizzes, and courses will require a completion of an online test before issue of a matching certification. We offer two main types of training content: material that we at TecSurge prepare and offer based on industry standards or best practices, and also material that we can create based on your own company processes. We're still preparing our initial batch of material for the launch of the TecSurge Academy in a few weeks, but I want to point out that we can offer the service to create interactive e-learning content from your own corporate materials right now. This slide indicates a couple of the differences between material that we've produced and material that's produced based on your own corporate content that referred to as custom training. There are many benefits to an online learning system when compared to traditional classroom training. One of the biggest ones is being able to track student participation and attendance and compliance, and also to provide access to material whenever and wherever your students require it. So the students are also able to navigate through the training content in a self-paced fashion to obtain access to information that they may have forgotten or need to refresh themselves on before completing some task. So this slide talks about our initial focus, which is firstly on customer-based content. So if you have in-house classroom-based training material, we're ready to take that on board and bring it online and make it available to your staff. But when it comes to commercial software, the initial focus is based on our heritage with a starting point with the Intergraph Smart Plant Suite, as well as some applications from TecSurge and CExperts that we deal with. In the future, based on customer demand, we plan to offer online learning material for Autodesk, Aviva, Bentley and other engineering software vendors. Some more details of the initial catalogue are shown on this slide. However, as I said again, we are very interested in customer feedback to identify the priorities for different content in the future. The following slide is a brief video extract of one of our courses, which is in production at the moment, just to give you a very quick impression of what a student might see. Of course, this is a very abbreviated extract, and as a video, we can't demonstrate the interactive features to you, but hopefully it will give you an idea. Mark, can you go ahead with the video, please?
Of course, Pat. Playing it now. Welcome to TecSurge Academy. This module will teach you how to handle commodity codes with smart plant reference data. Here are the sections of this course: how to create a commodity code, how to delete a commodity code, and an assessment section to check your knowledge. Let's start with how to create a commodity code. Let's consider this weld neck flange. In the tree menu, open the screen where the commodity code will be created. When all details are defined, save the data. Click on the button Build One Commodity and select Only CC in the window that pops out. Finally, click OK, and the commodity code is now created. We are now reaching the assessment section. What screen is used to create a commodity code? Click on the correct answer. If the student clicks on S30.01, the answer is correct. Congratulations. Thanks for attending this course on TecSurge Academy.
Okay, Pat, you should have control again.
Thanks, Mark. So I hope that's given you a very brief idea and some idea of what the content within our e-learning platform might look like. The next slide talks about the pricing model. So we haven't finalized this yet, but we will have done so by the time we launch the Academy within this quarter. However, we do know that it's going to be subscription based. So the price for it will be a recurring subscription, giving a defined number of students access to a pre-selected set of content appropriate to your business. So in other words, you will select the products or the training content that is of interest to your staff and define a headcount or a number of users that need access to the training platform, and that will determine the subscription fee to the TecSurge Academy for your company. We also intend to offer individual access to the Academy for students or people looking to improve their skills and their marketability. So direct individual pricing for courses rather than subscription-based access. With respect to the roadmap, again, I will point out customized training or the creation of online e-learning content from your corporate standards or corporate classroom training-based material is a service that we can offer today. Within the next few weeks, we expect to launch the TecSurge Academy with material covering Smart Plant PNID, Smart Plant reference data, the CXperts 3D symbol designer, and TecSurge's own Hanger and Support Manager for Sickler. Later this year, we'll also have a webinar specifically focused on the TecSurge Academy, and we'll continue to develop additional content in line with your priorities. In the future, we also intend to cross-license online e-learning material from other suppliers where they have quality content in specialized areas to make our own TecSurge Academy a one-stop shop and a comprehensive platform for all kinds of engineering systems learning. Thanks again, Mark. So the last topic for today is to talk about TecSurge Service, our professional services offering. As explained earlier, TecSurge has brought forward all the professional services experience developed as part of CXperts, and specifically the attention to detail, high quality that our customers expect from us. As distinguished from our managed services offerings, our professional services are characterized by a well-defined and understood scope against which estimates are developed. Once approval is given, we execute according to the project plans under the supervision of our professional project managers and project management office. Our application specialists take the lead roles and advisory roles for project deliverables, with our service delivery staff and additional external resources being assigned as required. We categorize our professional services offerings into three broad groups. Firstly, business process consulting relates to advisory services, typically where both business and functional subject matter expertise is required. Examples of this type of service include planning and advice for new solution requirements, audits, and performance reviews. The second category relates to systems implementation and integration, including the full range of Smart Plant enterprise technologies and solutions. Customization of standard applications and even completely custom development of specialist applications or utilities also fall under this general category. The third category is where we've seen significant and growing demand in the market over the last few years, and we expect this trend to continue. This category covers all kinds of data and content creation for engineering applications. I'd like to spend a few minutes to talk about some specific examples of our content and data services in particular. Piping specification writing is one of the professional services most commonly performed by TecSurge. Typically, our clients will supply us with their engineering spec documents and data sheets as inputs, and we will build the corresponding load files for PDS, PDMS or Smart 3D with or without the use of SPRD and the SDB. This specialist task requires not only in-depth knowledge of the subject matter, but a high level of expertise with the functional aspects of the targeted engineering software. Another frequently requested service is to perform the migration of 3D plant design models from PDS or PDMS to Smart 3D. There are a variety of circumstances that can cause this requirement to arise, and the task itself requires a high degree of technical expertise to perform efficiently and with sufficient quality. Our use of fit-for-purpose automation and smart quality assurance tools ensures we can meet the most demanding requirements and deliver the result you need within tight schedules and at an acceptable cost. A third area we see large and ongoing demand in the market for is in the highly specialized area of creating hanger and support libraries for Smart 3D. Again, this very detailed subject matter and functional knowledge, combined with the experience necessary to perform the work efficiently, means that we can quickly understand your requirements and exceed your expectations in this area. In all cases, we're confident that we can help you to meet your demanding project execution schedules by transferring the responsibility for these highly technical risks to TecSurge, where we've made it our business to specialize. We pride ourselves on applying creativity to solving problems, often resulting in time-saving and quality improvements that we pass on to you through our professional services. Our focus on professional services for engineering applications means that we have the manpower and expertise necessary to deliver. Because we come from the same industry background as you do, you'll find that we understand your requirements and can explain our options with precision. Our vendor neutrality also means that you can rely on us to provide independent advice that's always in your own best interests. Of course, we manage our projects in the way that you would expect, employing professional project managers to ensure there are no surprises and that you're kept fully informed of progress or outstanding issues requiring action. As Anton mentioned earlier, our new Service Delivery Centre will help us to increase our manpower to tackle larger projects and continue to provide a cost-effective service. Briefly with the roadmap, we are adding the Service Delivery Centre in the Philippines that will help us provide cost-effective services, and over time we'll incorporate more and more of our professional services into our service catalogue, allowing you to choose from more standardised and pre-packaged professional services offerings.
Anton?
Let me thank everybody for being part of this presentation. If you have any questions, even you want to raise them later on, you're always welcome to send them to us or to JK especially, and we will make sure they are answered appropriately. So,
Thank you. To close off, I would like to thank you again for your time today and the participation in our webinar. We are looking forward to speaking with you and making your experience with managed services for engineering software an easy one. Once I close this webinar, there will be a very quick survey that appears on your screen, which we would appreciate your additional feedback on. If you have any direct business inquiries, kindly contact our sales manager JK on the email address given. This webinar, a PDF copy of the presentation as well as a recording will be available to you in a follow-up email which will come out in the next couple of days. So you will have our contact details. Alternatively, you can also connect with us on LinkedIn, of course, and find all the information and more references on our homepage. So thank you very much. We wish you a great day ahead, and until next time.